Have you ever wondered how bubble gum is made? The history of bubble gum or chewing gum is as colorful as the bubbles it produces. This sweet, chewy substance has a lineage that traces back to ancient civilizations, where people chewed on natural substances for enjoyment or out of the instinctual desire to masticate. Today's gum, however, is a sophisticated product, a blend of both natural and synthetic components. The gum base, which gives bubble gum its chewiness, can be derived from natural sources like the sapodilla tree's chicle, or from synthetic latex. Both are processed into a coarse meal and dried, forming the foundation for our favorite bubble-blowing treat. But bubblegum isn't just about chewiness. It's also about flavor and color, added in subsequent steps of the production process. Bubblegum holds a unique cultural significance, symbolizing fun, youth, and even stress relief for some. Now that we've seen how deep the roots of gum chewing go, let's delve into the fascinating process of how bubblegum is made. The first step in making bubblegum involves preparing the gum base. Imagine a lush, verdant forest where sapodilla trees stand tall. These trees are scored with a series of shallow X's, a bit like a secret code, that allows a substance called chicle to flow down the tree and into a waiting bucket. This chicle, gathered in considerable amounts, is strained to remove impurities and then placed into large kettles. It's here that it undergoes a transformation, stirred constantly as it boils and reduces. This process is like a ballet of nature, a dance between man and tree, all to create the foundation of our beloved bubblegum. Once the chicle has reduced to the correct consistency, it's poured into greased wooden molds and shipped off to the factory. However, not all gum bases are created from natural rubber. Some are synthetic latex, but they too undergo a similar process. Both the natural and synthetic gum bases are ground into a coarse meal and then dried. This isn't a simple drying process, though. Hot air is continuously blown onto the mixture, helping to cook and sanitize the base. It's a bit like baking a cake, except this recipe calls for hot air instead of an oven. So we've got our base. Whether it's from the sapodilla tree or a synthetic latex, it's ready to be transformed into the chewy, delightful bubblegum we know and love. But it's not bubblegum just yet. This base is the canvas, and we've only just prepared it. Now we need to add the color, the flavor, the texture, and all the other elements that make bubblegum such a unique and enjoyable experience. With the gum base prepared, we're ready to move on to the next step. Stay tuned as we delve deeper into the fascinating process of making bubblegum, transforming this base into the sweet, chewy treat that has delighted generations. Once the gum base is ready, it's time to add some flavor. The process begins with the gum base being heated to a scorching 240 degrees Fahrenheit. This happens in steam-jacketed kettles, transforming the base into a syrupy substance. It's a mesmerizing transition, truly like watching a caterpillar morph into a butterfly. Except this butterfly is going to be incredibly tasty. Now, this syrupy gum base doesn't become delicious on its own. It's filtered through a series of fine mesh screens and a high-speed centrifuge. This isn't just for fun. This step is crucial to further filter and clarify the base. It's like giving your gum base a luxurious spa treatment, ensuring it's in the best possible condition before moving on to the next stage. And what comes next? Flavor, of course. While the base is still piping hot, it's placed into large mixers with slowly revolving blades. At this point, it's time to introduce the flavoring ingredients. These could include fine sugar, corn syrup, and a variety of other flavorings. It's like a grand entrance at a ball, each flavor making its debut, ready to dance together in perfect harmony. But what's a dance without a little bit of smoothness? Softeners are also added at this stage, ensuring our gum doesn't just taste great, but feels great too. It's like the gum is getting a final polish before it hits the dance floor, or in this case, your taste buds. Once it's smooth and the flavors have been thoroughly mixed in, the gum base is passed on to cooling belts. It's blasted with cool air to bring down its temperature. It's like the grand finale of a fireworks show, the last hurrah before our gum moves on to the next stage. With the flavor added, our gum starts to take shape. But there's still more to do. Our gum has had a taste of the limelight, but it's not quite ready for the main stage yet. Stay tuned to find out what happens next in the magical journey of bubblegum creation. To achieve that distinct chewiness, the gum undergoes a special process. Once cooled, the gum is introduced to machinery known as extruders. These extruders play an essential role in the journey of gum creation. They knead the gum gently, for hours on end. This kneading, akin to the kneading of bread dough, is what gives the gum its smooth and rubbery texture, making it perfect for endless hours of chewing. But the process doesn't end there. Large sections of the kneaded gum are then passed through rollers that flatten the gum to the desired thickness. Now you might wonder, is the thickness the same for all types of gum? Well, not quite. The thickness of the gum sheets varies depending on the type of gum being produced. Stick gum, for instance, requires the thinnest sheets. Candy-coated gum, on the other hand, needs slightly thicker sheets to hold that sugary coating. And the champion of them all, bubble gum, requires the thickest sheets to allow for those large, satisfying bubbles we all know and love. Once the gum has been rolled to the proper thickness, it's dusted with a pure powdered sugar. This isn't just for sweetness, but it also prepares the gum for the cutting process. The gum isn't quite ready to be popped into your mouth just yet, though. It needs a little rest, much like a good steak after it's been cooked. The gum is set aside in a chilled room to rest for at least 48 hours. This resting period allows the gum to set and further develop its chewy consistency. For candy-coated gums, there's an additional step. After the storage period, these gums are given an undercoat. This undercoat helps the candy coating adhere more firmly to the gum, ensuring a delightful crunch with every chew. Now, our gum has the right consistency, but it's not quite ready yet. It still has a few more steps to go through before it can be enjoyed. So let's continue with our gum's journey. The final steps in the process involve cutting and packaging. Once the gum has been thoroughly kneaded and rested, it's time to give it the shape we all recognize. Cutting machines with their precision blades score the gum sheets into the required patterns. Rectangles for stick gum, squares for cube-shaped gum, and pellets for the candy-coated variety. This process is akin to an artist carving their masterpiece out of a block of marble, except in this case, the masterpiece is delicious, chewy bubble gum. Once the gum has been scored into the desired shape, it's time for it to break free from its sheet. This is not a process of random breaking, but rather a calculated separation, ensuring each piece of gum is the perfect size for chewing. The act of breaking the gum from its sheet is a delicate dance, a balance of precision and force, resulting in perfectly shaped pieces of bubble gum. But we're not quite finished yet. The gum, now in its final form, needs to be protected. And so, we move to the packaging stage. The gum is lovingly wrapped in materials like aluminum foil, wax paper, or other specialized papers. These wrappers serve two purposes. First, they maintain the gum's freshness, ensuring every piece is as delicious as the last. Second, they provide a canvas for the brand's identity, a burst of color and design that catches the eye and promises a flavorful experience. The gum is then placed into packs, ready to be sealed and shipped to stores around the world. But it's not just about getting the gum from point A to point B. The packaging process takes place under immaculate conditions, ensuring that the gum reaches the consumer with all of its quality and purity fully protected. And there you have it, from tree sap to the bubble gum we all know and love. This journey of transformation, from raw materials to a beloved treat, is a testament to the art and science of bubblegum manufacturing. So, from start to finish, how is bubblegum made? Let's rewind and take a brief look at the journey we've just embarked on. It all starts with preparing the gum base using either natural rubber or synthetic latex, which is then ground, dried, and sanitized. The base is then heated and melted, ready for flavor to be infused. Sugar, corn syrup, and other flavorings are added to the mix, creating that signature sweet taste we all love. The process doesn't stop there. To get the perfect chew, the gum is cooled and kneaded, rolled out to the desired thickness based on whether it's a stick, candy-coated, or bubble gum. Finally, the sheets of gum are cut into the shapes we're familiar with and packaged under the most immaculate conditions, ensuring the quality and purity of the final product. So, there you have it. Next time you pop a piece of bubblegum into your mouth, you'll know exactly what goes into making it.